talking about different things that you can do at home, sitting in your living room, sitting in your bedroom, to stretch out your hip flexors, to stretch out your calf muscles, to stretch out your quads, and all that fun stuff. We're gonna get into some demonstrations. I have with me here our principal dancer at D.A.N.C.E School of the Arts, Nia Stevens, and let's get started. So the first thing with stretching is you always wanna make sure your body is open and it's aligned up. She's gonna go into a nice second position here. And as you can see with the heels, they're slightly turned in. Her shoulders are down and relaxed. Her mind is clear. And she's going to simply do rotations in the neck. Just simple rotations in the neck. Making sure the chin does not touch the chest, but it comes down at a nice level with the chest where you can at least feel it in your neck. Down in your neck. And then she's going to now go the other way. And just really feeling it, really elongating the neck, really making sure those muscles are opened up, because when you're getting into technique, it can become very strenuous on the body. Now arms are just gonna go simply up, and we're gonna carry our weight all the way down to the floor, Flat hands. Now if you cannot do flat hands, you wanna make sure you at least go to your fingertips. You can demonstrate fingertips. But the key to this is the back. We want it at a nice slant. We don't want it to the point where it causes a strain on you, or where when you're rising up, you feel like you pulled a muscle or maybe you contracted a muscle spasm, yeah? And her head is gonna relax here. Nice and relaxed, nice and relaxed. And then she's gonna pull back up. Now in this second position, she's going to arch back, a nice arch, very nice. Feeling it, relaxing, making sure your core is tight, making sure your second is solid. That's a big key. And she's going to lift back up. Arms are going to go back up, and she's going to take it all the way back down. Flat hands, flat hands, flat hands. Relaxing the head down. This is great. Get back up and arching back. Very nice. Letting everything just relax. Really opening up the muscles. Your body's probably thinking, what's about to happen? And lift back up. Now here she's going to bring her feet back into sixth position. And in sixth position, if you can just turn to the side for me. She's going to go all the way down. So taking all the way down. And then head down, and then from here she's going to straighten her legs, flattening her heels and stretching up. Very nice, and walk your hands back just a smidgen. Very good. Now if you notice the positioning of this here, the positioning, it looks very comfortable, it looks very relaxed. Some people do use it for yoga, but it's very helpful in dance as well, because you want to make sure that as you're slanted down here, this is where your energy is going to go. It's going to go here. So technically you should, if you're not doing it right, feel tension here. But if you're doing it right, you should feel the tension just releasing all the way down, yeah? Then she's going to lift it back down. Take it back down. Really stretching it out, and then go back up again, straightening those knees. And this time, walking it back a little bit further. Very nice. And everyone's not going to be able to do this full out at this level your first try, but the more you do it daily, constantly, your body has to respond to it, and it will open up, guys, I promise. I'm a witness to it, of course, very young age of starting dance, but even when I stopped dancing for about 2 years, and I had to get back in the swing of things, I had to stretch daily. And even now, coming off of a major injury, I have to stretch daily. So it works. You just have to believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and make sure you're doing it daily and consistently, okay? And now she's gonna lift all the way back up, and she can stand all the way up now. And then facing forward. Now we're gonna get a little bit into a little more strenuous of stretching. We're gonna go open a little wider, and we're gonna be going side to side, keeping the heel flat, making sure our hips are staying nice and open. If you notice while she's doing it, the heel stays flat. You don't want to lift that heel up because you don't want to cause tension on your knee. And she's just going to go over and over, maybe about 4 more times. I'll count that as 1, and 2, and this sitting, you want to make sure you keep your toes pointed, and you always want to make sure your heel is nice and straight. You don't want to sickle it over, because sickling it over can have you lose your balance. You want to keep it nice and straight. If you notice the calf muscle here, it's on the ground, but as it goes here, it's lifted up. Sometimes a lot of people, I'm a witness to it because I've done it before, have sat in it where the thigh is all the way down, and that's not really the stretch once you have your flexibility. Right now, we want to open up the muscles so that the flexibility can come to us, and then we can sit comfortably on the floor, yeah? And if you notice on this side, the heel is down, the toes are pressed into the ground, and she's really focusing on the knee being over the toes, kind of like a nice plie, yeah? Now she's going to switch sides, and we're not going to hold this side because we've just explained everything that's going on, but the same thing. You want to make sure that when you're stretching, it's all equal. Some people, me, like to take favoritism to a certain side. My left side is more of a favoritism side that I use. So I tend to focus on that. But growing up as a dancer, I had to focus on both. So I have to be equally as strong on my right as I was on my left, yeah? Now she's gonna lift up. Yep. And now we're gonna do a grand plie, second position. You get comfortable. I know that's probably too wide. Is it too wide? We're gonna get comfortable here with grand plie in second position. And if you notice, the hips are nice and square. The heels, again, are planted to the floor. The toes gripping the floor, because you want to make sure you keep your balance. Now I'm going to hold her arms here. She's going to go on relevant in this grand plie second. When you are doing this, it is very good for you to practice it. Now she's more of an advanced dancer. You can relax now back to the heels. So she can hold that with both of them as equally as long as she would do one or two, left or right. So you want to make sure that you're practicing. Let's try this side first. Lifting one first, try that balance, put it down. Lifting the other one second, try that balance, put it down. And then lifting both up, keeping your balance the best way that you can, yeah? Okay, relax from there, come on up. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Now we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna get into some stretches for your legs, okay? So she's gonna take this leg, put it out to the side, lift it up here in my hand. Now, when you're rehearsing, sometimes teachers like myself will throw out a stun on you, and we'll just be like, do it. Then we'll say, practice it at home, or something like that. So what she's gonna do here, she's just gonna solidly hold this here. You wanna make sure this heel stays nice and turned, okay? That's the key to doing the basic step of technique. Put that leg down, now the other leg. And if you saw her wobbling, it's because I'm putting a lot of pressure on her. I'm like holding her leg and not requiring her to hold my shoulder. And so you go here, same thing. Heels face out. You don't want them to face in, you want them to face out. Because what you do here is gonna line up with here in your hips, okay? And down. So now what she's gonna simply do, she'll do two simple kicks to the side, just one, and then two, yes. And as you can see there, that's another good stretch that you can do at home by just kicking out and kicking out. If you do that maybe 8 times a day, or if you really want to challenge yourself, 8 times in one setting, 8 times in another setting, that's going to open up your hips very rapidly. So it's going to be very, very quick, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and retire to the floor. So we're going to go to the floor. Now here on the floor, whenever you're practicing things like splits and straddles and things of that nature, you always want to really work on those hips. So she's going to go to a Z-sit here, and you can turn sideways. Yep, you can turn sideways here. Now, in Z-sit, she's going to take it all the way over, relaxing that body, really relaxing it. And as you can see here, this is where the stretch is happening. So on her splits, this is where she's going to really feel the stretch. And then in the front, right where that thigh is, on the side and under it, is where it's going to really, really open up for her to do her splits. And we are going to get into splits in just a second, okay? So here's this here. Now, if I was to take this and just pull it back, now she's opened up even more. Sometimes that can take maybe about a week if you just practice your Z-sit daily, and then just keep pushing that hip back, pushing that leg back, pushing your hip back, pushing your leg back. That will help you with that. Now she's going to simply extend this leg and sit up. Now you notice she is almost completely flat on the ground right here, which is a good thing, because when she gets ready to extend her front leg, open opening to split, she wants to make sure that her body is down and she's connected to the floor. She's not going to sit on the hip or sit on the butt, but she's going to be sitting right there on top of her thigh and on the bottom of her thigh so that her split is very nice, very open, and very long. Yeah? And now she's going to bring this back leg in and extend the front leg out. And then taking it over. And the same thing, this nice stretch is going to open everything up. It's going to allow her to breathe through the stretching so that when she sits in the split, even if she's not all the way down, it's not uncomfortable and it doesn't hurt, okay? Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. That's a lot of dancers mix up. They mix up being uncomfortable and being in pain. It's mainly being uncomfortable more so than being in pain, okay? And now she's going to sit it up, and now she's going to open up into her split. And as you can see, the leg was able to just smoothly go out, and she's able to just sit here. She's able to relax. She's able to focus. If she wants to go ahead and put her arms out to the side, showing that there is balance and technique there. There are no tricks when it comes to technique. Only hard work, only stretching. And now she's going to take it all the way over forward so that you can see that she is completely aligned with the floor. She's down, her body is relaxed, her shoulders are relaxed, her back leg is relaxed, her front leg is relaxed, and she's able to just nicely sit and chill and relax while holding her split. And you can go ahead and come out of that, put those legs straight out in front, forward. And now her hips are opened up, so now she can work on her middle splits. Although we need to do the other side, it's going to be the exact same thing that she just did on this side. So now she can stretch this forward, going all the way over, really pushing the back all the way down, letting your chest meet with your knees, and letting your head relax. Let your head relax. And this is where we are here. And just relaxing, getting ready to fill those muscles. We're about to do something that we may not have done in a long time, or maybe it's our first time doing, or maybe we're a pro at it, and we just need to stretch out a little bit before doing so, yeah? Okay, now she's gonna lift up, and now she's gonna take this leg and open up and put this one in, like a number 4. Yep. And open this one up to the side, yep, there we go. And now she's gonna take it over forward, because now we need for our middle splits, our hip to really open up. We have to now trust our hips and now trust our body that it's going to respond the way that we like it to. And it all starts up here, guys. It's a thinking process. Think it, practice it, do it, yeah? And she's stretching it out, really getting those hips open. And then switch down to the other side. And it's the exact same thing, really stretching it over. Really allowing her hips to open up, allowing her body to become one with the floor. That is something that I love to tell my students. You always want to make sure. You don't want to dance with a stranger, right? You don't want to stretch with a stranger. Let your body become one with the floor. Because once you realize that the floor is where you're going to be most of the class, it got to be your friend, right? Has to be your friend. Now she's going to bring that leg in. So go into butterfly and really push it. Now stretching down again. Now, some say to relax the hips down when you're in butterfly. Sometimes that is good, sometimes it works. Each dancer is different, and that's why when I do my one-on-one trainings, I like to really feel them out with their stretching, because all dancers' knees can't go down to the floor, but they can still have flexibility, okay? I've trained many dancers like that before. We've tried and we've tried and we've tried, and the knees just won't lay flat on the floor. But then I have other dancers whose knees can lay flat on the floor, but they lack in technique. So it's kind of like, you know, a play it by ear type of situation, or play it by dancer, should I say, type of situation. But here in this moment, we can push them down, or we can keep them lifted up. She's just stretching out that hip, stretching out those quads and the thigh, and she's just letting her body know that something's about to happen, yeah? And now she'll go ahead and sit on up. Now, before we get into our straddle, we're going to go to our knees. And in the knee, we're going to put that one foot out and slide it over and stretching it. Yep, stretching. This here is what's going to really open up that middle part for your middle split, or straddle, should I say. And what I like to do with my dancers, especially the ones that are really, really focused on technique, I like to lift this leg to bring them level with it. So this way, we can see that straight line? See how nice and straight it is? And see how she's just relaxing her body, allowing it to happen. Now, if you do not have someone at home or wherever you are stretching to do so with you, I like to take a chair, a small chair, or a block, or even pillows, blankets, whatever it is to be comfortable for your foot to rest on, for you to relax it over. Bring that leg in and go into the other side. And the same thing here. Now, if you pay attention, you can see this side is a little higher than the other side. And so with this one, we want to just push out and allow her body to just relax a little bit before lifting the leg, because we don't want to cause a sudden shock to the body or a spasm or anything like that. So we'll just let this rest here for a few seconds before lifting it up. And her body's just feeling the stretch. It's just going with the flow. And now here, we'll lift it here. And as a teacher, you can feel the heaviness of the legs when you lift them. You can feel which one is being lifted forcefully and which one is being lifted willingly. And in this situation, this leg is being lifted forcefully versus the other one was more willingly. So it's always good, it's always good. And then we're gonna relax it down, very nice. Now she's gonna close those legs in and she's gonna get comfortable, and then she's gonna go line to line with her straddle or middle split, whichever you prefer to call it. And then we're gonna go ahead so you guys can see how this is. And if you pay attention to her body, and you can see it really well, it's open. There's no question about or no doubt about her being in her straddle. And she's nice and she's comfortable. Toes are pointed, back is long, shoulders down, neck straight. And now she's gonna simply close to the back. Now this is another thing that you do have to practice for. And if you notice when she just closed to the back, she was able to lay. Remember I told you about getting comfortable on the floor, getting acquainted with it? Her body was able to lay and close back and straddle, which is very good. Now I'm gonna take her leg and lift it here. Now this is something that you can do on your own, or if you have someone that can do it for you. Just lifting here, stretching it out, because we're gonna get into leaps in a second. Lifting here, stretching it out. Really getting nice and comfortable. Now she's gonna take this leg and then fold it back, keeping that hip down, keeping that hip down. She's probably thinking, free stretching. Really bending. Good. And now we're gonna stand up, and now she's gonna get ready for some leaps. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed your 4 stretches. Now let's get into some leaps. The first thing we're gonna start with is gonna be a simple, nice bras jeté. What that means is to simply sashay step leap. All right, here we go. She's gonna start off in B+, and with B+, she's gonna simply pulling through in the sashay. When I say 5, 6, 7, 8, she's gonna prep, a nice prep, and then she's going to leap up in the air, okay? So this is how this goes. 5, 6, 7, 8, sashay, step, leap. And that is
You empowered me, you made me strong. Built me up and I could do no wrong.
Okay, and that is very nice, very solid. You always want to make sure you gain height. Always want to make sure you have a deep plie, and you always want to make sure your body is relaxed at the top from the hips up. Now we're going to get into a Russian, or as some like to call it, a forward. All right, same thing. It's going to be a simple sashay step, but in this moment, when she gets into her preposition from fourth position, her hips are going to turn forward, and the legs are going to come up, the arms are going to go out, and her body from the waist up is going to sit up in a nice position. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Okay, turn those hips. Very nice, very solid. Another thing with the sashay step leap or a Russian leap in the air is when you're going up, you want to make sure your hips are open. You don't want to lay forward, okay? You want to stay up. Some people confuse the two between a sashay step and a Russian, and also they confuse it, they confuse the two, which would be a sashay step Russian and a toe touch, and they are not the same. Okay, now we're going to get to a chenille leap. In a chenille leap, you always want to start with your preposition of being a forward, like you're going to do a chenille turn, but instead when you go out, you want to make sure your plie is down. When you come around, you want to make sure you contract. And when you land, this is your prep to open up into your chenille leap. Do you want to go to the floor or do you want to stay up? Go to the floor. So she's going to go to the floor in this, which is also another skill level. So here we go. A chenille leap. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Up. Very nice.
Forgive, but I will never forget. Took me to heaven, let me fall down. Now that it's over, I'm gonna carry on lifted.
And then she ends with a nice clean floor roll. Now there you saw, which was an impressive skill level, is she did 2 chenille turns into the leap. Sometimes it's easier to do 1, but as you master the 1, you can go into 2, 3, 4, and all that fun stuff to get up off the ground, okay? It takes a lot of momentum to do so, all right? Thank you guys so much. That's going to be it for our leaps today, and I hope you practice at home. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you really practice and use these stretches to your ability, because I would love to see. So if you have something that you've been working on, or maybe something you need help with, you can just tag it below. You can comment, you can share, you can like. Just talk back to me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what stretches you'd like to see, or let me know what stretches you may need help with. Thank you guys. Bye.